Hello everybody, my name is Dixie Paula Londoño. I am willing to get my degree as an English language teacher, and today I'm going to talk to you about embedded questions. This is a presentation addressed to B1 level students according to the European Common Framework. It doesn't mean that it is mandatory for adult people or for children, but the simplicity of the presentation, it could be must view by adult people. Sometimes we want to use a question as part of another question or a statement. It is called embedded question. So, for instance, when we say in Spanish, I want to know, yo quiero saber, the embedded question for this could be, what your first choice is. ¿Cuál es tu primera opción? So we changed an interrogative question for an affirmative statement. So we can use a question as part of another question or as part of a statement. As part of another question, like the point 1, this is sometimes called an indirect question, and it is often used to be polite. So a normal or regular question could be, where is the station? And you can be more polite saying this way, could you tell me where the station is? So in Spanish, this would be, ¿dónde está la estación? And the indirect question could be, ¿podría usted decirme dónde está la estación? It sounds more polite. In the second case, here as part of statements, the embedded question is a noun clause and can be used in a similar way to a noun. For instance, we can use it as the subject or the object for the main clause. So, the normal question would be, where does she work? And the embedded question in a statement would be, I don't know where she works. There is a meaningful information you can know about forming embedding questions, which is we can use the same rules with embedded questions in statements as we do with embedded questions in indirect questions. Now we're going to see. And the main aspects. Here we have 5 rules for using embedded questions. Rule 1. If the embedded question is part of a statement, use a period and not a question mark at the end of the sentence. So, the direct question would be, what time did she leave? And the embedded question would be this way, I wonder what time she left. Rule 2. If the embedded questions includes an auxiliary verb or the verb to be, you have to reverse the positions of the subject and the auxiliary verb. It's like a switch, as in the next examples. First example, if the direct questions is, can you help me? The embedded questions would be, I wonder if you could help me. There was a change in the tense also. Next example, if the direct questions is he a doctor? The embedded question would be, do you know if he is a doctor? Rule 3. Here we have, do not use a verbal contraction at the end of the sentence. So, when the direct question would be, where is she? The incorrect way, and we used to do it this way, is, do you know where she's? And the correct way we could embed these questions could be, do you know where she is? Rule 4. Embedded questions are introduced by whether or not, and if, when there is no question word in the sentence. It is a yes-no question. So, the direct yes-no question would be, will he be there? And the correct form of make embedded questions for this direct question is, do you know if he will be there? Another forms are: do you know whether or not he will be there? And do you know whether he will be there or not? It was just a twist in the position of the words. Rule 5. The infinitive can follow a question word or whether in embedded questions, as in the following example. So when we have this direct question, what should I do? The embedded questions, a regular embedded question would be, please tell me what I should do. But an embedded question with an infinitive would be, please tell me what to do. Now let's talk about the uses of embedded questions. We have many times in which native English speakers prefer to use embedded rather than direct questions. And here we're going to talk about the two cases in which they prefer it. First, politely asking for information. When they want to make a request less rough or ordinary and make it more polite, they use this way. The direct question would be, what time does the bus arrive? And the embedded question for this request would be, could you tell me what time the bus arrives? Second case, talking about something which is unknown to the speaker. So the direct question would be, why did she decide not to come with us? And the embedded question for this direct question would be, I don't know why she decided not to come with us. And here we have the sources I used to prepare this presentation. This presentation was made with the objective of giving people a light in this topic and giving advice to use it, because sometimes it could result a little confusing. So I hope it was useful for you, and that's it. Bye.